Vinoy and Oweh. And, then Mike Green had a really nice debut. I think he's at every bit as advertised. You still see some areas where, he has some bad reps and there's going to be some things, gets caught inside and sometimes, but man, he plays so hard and he has a skill set at a young age that you just don't find very often. So, you got to like where he's at. So that already gets you to 4. And you know what? I think Adisa Isaac, we just haven't seen him play. I mean, that's you can't call him, but we just don't know what he really can do because we hadn't seen him play much last year. I mean, I think he may have had under 20 off defensive snaps last year. So I think he showed some good stuff, very active. That was a very nice game 1 for him. Obviously, Jabo got the sack uncontested. I think overall, Isaac probably looked a little better, which wasn't the case for parts of camp. So, I think they got 6 guys there, clearly. Can they fit all 6? We don't know. But they're going to feel good about the 5 they have if they have to cut one off there. And I think it was very good sign to see the young pass rushers getting after it like they did.
You mentioned Mike Green. This was Chuck Smith back during OTAs. I think he knew what he had in number 45. Listen to this.
The thing I saw Mike Green was effort. Guy who runs to the ball. And if you've watched him out here, Mike Green runs to the ball every play. And that you don't have to coach him on. That's one of the best things. When you get to be a pro, you shouldn't have to coach effort. And a lot of guys that come out of college, you say, let's go, got to push them. That's one of the first things I saw in Mike Green. And then he's coachable. He wants to learn. He's in there asking questions with Matt and Dennis when we're all combined as far as a defensive front, when we're all together in the room. And that's another thing that stands out in him. He's super smart, and picking up the defense. And, I give Mike a lot of credit. He comes out here. Mike has heavy hands. He doesn't turn down reps and heavy hands. He puts hands on guys. He's shown that he has the ability to, strike blocks. And, in this, again, we're not, all out, and all that will be seen, again, when we get into camp. But as far as Mike doing everything we ask, he's doing it. And from a pass rush standpoint, Mike is very, he's skilled up. Give him credit, give his school a lot of credit, and his coach in college at Marshall and probably Virginia. Mike, he can cross chop. Mike can spin. Mike can ghost. But, from that standpoint, Mike is the best example of this new generation that have learned, from the pros, and he comes in already really highly skilled up. So, give him a lot of credit. I mean, Mike is get off, just amazed that, he's in his base 2-point stance. He has no false steps. He gets off on the ball fast. So I can't say enough about Mike so far. Now we put the pads on, so the Mike Green that we've seen so far is everything that we thought he would be, when we decided to draft him.
Just to reiterate, gentlemen, this was back in June, as you guys know. And how about the Sean Hubbard photography being in mid-season form, Cole? Your breakdown was awesome in terms of some of the techniques that he showed off in that preseason game number 1. And, of course, the one that got the majority of run online was just this, what do you want to call it? Bend, pliability, dexterity, flexibility. What do you want to call this?
I got to give a shout out to my boy Garnett because he had a Photoshop of Mike Green using this photo where he's doing speed skating and just showing the bend around the corner. And I died laughing when I saw it. This is ridiculous, but this is exactly the thing I like about Mike Green. And I said this when this was during the draft process, completely separate of him being drafted by the Ravens. I said, he was the most, and Abdul Carter did look really good, but I said he was the most pro-ready edge player in this entire draft class. And you are seeing that early in his career. He was ready to hit the field as a professional. He does all the little things that you want to see. He's explosive. He has bend. He has a wide array of pass rush moves. He's got enough explosive speed upfield to be able to run around you. He's got enough power to run inside you. And, I don't care what anyone says. Give Chuck Smith a blank check. Keep him in Baltimore because this guy just keeps developing pass rushers. You saw it with Tavius. We've seen it with Oweh. And now you're going to see it with Mike Green. And this kid's ceiling is sky high.